setting that up, oh, nah, I didn't like it though. I did not like it. I'm talking about the dial indicator and my physical burn. Alright, okay. To be fair, physical burn is it's nothing crazy about it, but the dial indicator, bro, especially where it's at, whew, just look, bro. Look, I have to place it over there, though, on top of my bucket. Best believe, and I'm telling y'all, doing this though is tedious though. It has to be like aligned with the way that bucket is going up or down. Okay, I'm gonna talk about that later on, but yo, doing this though, nah, bro, it took me a lot of time. And physical burner, yeah, it's nothing crazy though. I got one there, got another one there. I don't know which one I'm gonna use yet, so that's gonna matter, you know, when I will be doing the timing itself. Because guess what, bro? The timing is what I'm doing today. I'm doing my timing, engine timing, you know, and my engine timing. I mean, you know, I get jazz, but I don't know. But okay, I'm just timing my engine. Okay, it's not just, but you know what I mean. Okay, I'm doing this today, and I got a lot of tools. Okay, some of them are over there. Yeah, because yo, setting that up once again. Yo, a lot of seconds, a lot of minutes, a lot of hours. Now look at the tools. Oh, I didn't mention, but yeah, no, this is the new dial indicator, bro. Cause you know it's different. This one's digital, and the other one was you know, full on busted. So that's something. Yeah, that's that. But look, new dial indicator. Okay, piston stop, a socket to place that piston stop, a flathead screwdriver to place that piston stop, a magnet tool to help me secure the base of my piston stop, a wrench for my cams, ratcheting wrench with a I forgot what number this is, but a Allen key to adjust my camshaft gears. That's gonna be later on, and of course piece of paper and my specification sheet of my cams, and you know, a ratcheting wrench, torquing wrench, yeah, should be accurate, for my crank bolt. You know what? These are the tools that I gotta use today, right? Yo, timing an engine ain't straightforward, okay? Sometimes there's like issues, whatnot. You have to be like extremely precise, right? So, although you have to be precise with what you do, I'm gonna be precise with what I'm saying though, for y'all to understand, okay? Because there's a lot of context to be placed, yeah? Mentioned, said, talked about, whatnot. The first thing that I want to do though is install my piston stop, okay, onto my spark plug area of the cylinder number 1. Let me explain. Actually, no, let me show y'all though. Let me show y'all. So you see that piston stop, right? The good thing about this one though is that it got two like section, okay? There's a base and there's a I don't know, extended part, yeah, that screws into the base. So basically, okay, it's this and that, okay, it's those two. So I'm gonna have that piece first over there, okay, front of the engine, okay, it's the front. It has to be down there, okay. So I'm just gonna place it there as straight as it can be, okay. Okay, it should be fine like this. Yeah, fine enough, okay. Then I'm gonna take that, but I need my ratcheting wrench though. So my bad for the noise, bro. Hold on. Hold on. Is it the right? Is it okay? Alright. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Can I not? Hold on. Yeah, okay, good. Alright, set up, okay. And I just have to bolt that down over there. Yeah, this is you know, it's might be strange for y'all to do, to see, sorry, but you know, that's what you have to do though. Okay, I just need to screw that in over there, bro. That's it. Oh, my bad, I hit you, bro. Yo, it wasn't on purpose. My bad, bro. I'm working with limited space, though. Should be fine in a few. Alright, it's good. Yeah, alright. It is now secure. Okay. Look, okay. It is now secure and it's down there, okay? That's the base of my piston stop, okay? So it's over there. Now let me take the where was it at? Where was it at? Oh yeah, over there, right? Yeah. Take that. Little bitty piece. Yeah, let me take that. Let me take that. Let me place it down there though. Hold on. Hold on. Almost, almost. Okay. Good. Straight enough. And that is not set yet. You take that, you know, the flathead screwdriver, and let me put it deep enough inside my you know, cylinder head, okay? Not crazy deep though, cause wait, hold on, let me put that there first, okay? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Almost, almost. All right, I'm gonna leave it like that for now. Now, there's a lot of explanation that needs to be made for y'all to understand what I'm doing, okay? So, my next step is, right, finding out my DDC. What I mean by that is the following, okay? So, piston stop is installed, right? I'm gonna turn my crankshaft clockwise until my piston number 1 is stopped by that piston stop, okay? Once it's stopped though, I'm gonna note whatever degree that my degree wheel is telling me out of my physical pointer, okay? After doing so, I'm gonna go counterclockwise to then reach my piston stop once again, okay? I'm gonna note whatever degree that I got going on my degree wheel. So the first number will be A, the second number will be B, just for y'all to understand, just to make it easy to understand, okay? I'm gonna find A and B, we're gonna put them together, and I'm gonna divide that by 2. Once I get that number will be my true TDC. Gonna turn it clockwise until it gets stopped though. And you might hear some compression noises. You might, okay? And I think, yep, my piston stop is not deep enough. Okay, I'm just gonna adjust it. I'm gonna use my flathead screwdriver, okay? And I'm just gonna adjust it just deeper, okay, a few turns. All right, and that should be deep enough. I'm gonna restart, okay? Then it should stop at any moment, actually. Yeah, it stopped, okay? It stopped. Now let me see, where is it at? Hold on. For me, it's currently at, I'm gonna look from that angle. Every time, for me, it's at 100, okay? It's at 100 degrees. So I'm gonna note that down. Put a piece of paper. Okay. Now, I gotta go counterclockwise, okay? Alright, it stopped. Okay. Let me check where it's at. Hold on, I need some light. Alright, with some light, I can see that it's at, if I look from that angle, yeah, from that angle, it's at 24. Over there, I got my numbers. So I got B TDC, which I said A equals 100. I got A TDC, which I said B equals 24. The formula, okay, is it's TDC equals B TDC plus A TDC in bracket, because I might mess up the full on formula, divided by 2. Okay, this is the formula. Okay, this is the formula. So what's gonna happen? Okay, it's gonna be good old mathematics, right? It's gonna be this. Okay, 100 in bracket, of course, 100. Okay, plus 24. Okay, divided by 2. Now that will give me, hold on, let me pull up the calculator, because but that's a calculator? No, never mind. I ain't pulling up the calculator. I'm pulling up the phone, bro. Once again, we got phone nowadays. We got phone nowadays. It's gonna be 100 plus 24. Again, bracket 124. All right, divided by 2 equals that 62. Now, let me do that actually. Let me put that down. X equal 62. And 62, well, is D, C. You see? Alright. So, that plus that divided by 2, again, equals 62. 62 is what? The TDC. So look, okay, I got the measurements right there. Alright? I got everything I need for the following. Now, what is the following? I gotta rotate my crankshaft until it reached that 62 degree, okay? But prior to do so, I need to remove my piston stop, because if I don't, there is a chance for me to get blocked by my piston stop prior to reaching that number, and I do not want that, okay? I don't. That being said, I gotta remove my piston stop and reach that 62. After I do so, I'll explain even more. Don't worry about it. I'll explain even more. Don't worry. I'll explain even more. Piston stop is over there. Okay, we're gonna need it. It's over there, secure. Yeah, it's over there. Yeah, I'm not touching it anymore. It's over there. It's over there. It's over there. All right, look. Now I gotta rotate that dud, dude. All right, so now look what's gonna happen. Okay, you're gonna help me out seeing my 62-degree mark. Okay, you're gonna help me out with this one. All right. So it's currently at the 24 mark. Okay, it's currently at 24. Now I'm turning my crankshaft clockwise, okay, until I reach my 62. Okay, you're gonna help me sit. $100, right? Yeah, 100. Okay, so 90, 80, 70. Okay. Now I'm gonna check, and you too, of course. Okay. Now we're going at, not there yet, but soon enough, the 62 mark. Okay. All right. Let me stop there. Let me check. Okay, for me, it's a 64. Not there yet. Hold on. Okay, right now, not 63. Right now, yep, spot on at 62. All right, for me though. It's at 62, trust. Might be different for you. Might be different for y'all, but for me, it's at 62 though. Yep, spot on at 62 degrees. Each time, this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm looking at it. And for me, yeah, it's at 62. Okay, that's me, and now that should be you though. You understand my side, okay? You see it, yeah, it's over there, 62. Okay, so now that my 62 is set, it's set up, it's all there, it's all good, right? I need to move my physical pointer at the TDC mark of my degree wheel. Okay, it really depends on your degree wheel though, but how did that happen? It really depends on your degree wheel though, but for me, the TDC mark equals to 0, okay? Some other degree wheel, the mark would be 0 instead of TDC, it really depends. You see over there, okay, where my physical pointer is at? It's the 62, okay? We go up there, oh, what's that? Oh yeah, TDC, okay. So, I gotta move that over there, okay? At that mark. You get it? All right, you get it. Alright, you've seen it, okay? Took me a lot of tries to get that at my TDC mark, which is my 0 degree mark. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna look, every time I'm looking again, I'm gonna look up there, which is, hold on, let me zoom. Like that is where I'm gonna look at it every single time. You see in the middle, right there in the middle, where that bigger line is at, yeah, this is where I'm gonna look at it every single time, okay? That is me calibrating from 62 degrees to 0 degree, okay? This is where it's at. This is where I'm gonna look at it every single time, okay? I'm gonna look up there. What's next, you ask? You didn't, but look, okay? My cam shafts though. This is how they look like, okay? You saw me struggle with them multiple times. But look, okay? That's not the matter, okay? That doesn't matter anymore, but what matters is explaining what I'm about to do. Actually, let me explain what I got set up, okay? It's better first, okay? I'm gonna explain what I got set up, okay? And then explain what I'm about to do. So now look, I got a clamp there, right? And I got my rod, and by the way, the rod is the exact same one that I've used for, you know, my physical pointer. It's the same type of material and whatnot. So it's connected there by the clamp, goes down, and it goes next to the lobe, but like onto the bucket. And I'm telling you, bro, doing this, oh nah, tedious, but I got it there. Two things, okay? The first thing I want to say that the rod, okay, yes, it is connected, you've seen it, but it has a J form, like it's kind of a J, okay, to go like really on top of the bucket, like as much in the middle as it can be at, okay, to get me proper measurement for my valve lift. Oh, what's a valve lift? Hold that thought. The second thing that I want to say, J form, you know, dial indicator extension rod that I made is it's kind of tricky. The spacing between the two, where my J-form rod extension stuff fit in, it's like 1 or 2 millimeters, and I want to say even less than that. So it's like you get a lobe, you got 1 or 2 millimeter, right? The J-form extension rod, 1 or 2 millimeter, and then the camshaft cap. I'm telling you, bro, it's like, it was tedious, bro. It's a tight space. It's like, yo, trials and errors, bro. A lot of them. I'm telling you, it took me, like I said, seconds, minutes, and hours. I'm not even joking on y'all. I'm not joking on y'all, and I'm not joking on that. Trust, I ain't. That specification sheet has a lot of good information that I need to follow, because if I don't, yeah, now somebody might have it. For y'all to understand what's going on, I need to follow that number, okay? And that number is what? The valve lift. Hold on. I'm gonna give you a better look of that, but hold on. Look at this first. Doesn't it look too bad though? Look, like this, like that, up there, like this. You tell me, bro. You tell me, which one? This, this, I don't know, bro. Anyway, it looks good. So look, okay, in terms of good information, since I'm timing my camshafts, look at that. Timing at 1 millimeter of valve lift. That's important. What's the second one? It's standard lines. Look, the intake is 110 and the exhaust is 116. And just so you know, the 110 is in degrees and the 116 is in degrees, okay? Just so you know. So, what I'm about to do though is quite similar to that, okay? It's not the same, but it is similar to that. It's the same idea, okay? At the end of the day, it's the same idea, okay? I'm gonna explain what I'm gonna do, okay? I'm gonna explain what I'm gonna do. Look, since I got my dial indicator set up on top of my bucket, therefore, my valve, of course, there's stems, retainers, springs, whatnot, okay, and cullets. Yeah, there's all of that, but you know what, okay? Now, my dial indicator can measure out the actual lift of my valve. Now, look and listen, okay? That specification sheet. For timing purposes, I need to see my valve opening at 1 millimeter, okay? Once it's at 1 though, I'm gonna note whatever degree that I got going on, okay? What I gotta do now, look, simple, right? I gotta turn my crankshaft clockwise until my dial indicator can tell me 1 millimeter of what valve lift, and therefore it is the valve opening, okay? Whatever degree that I got going on my degree wheel and technically my physical pointer, I need to put that down onto that piece of paper, and that number will be my BTDC, okay? After that, look, I continue to go clockwise, okay? And it's gonna go like that on my dial indicator, okay? It's gonna go from 1, okay, all the way up, to all the way down to 1. First, that all the way up though is the maximum lift of my cams, okay? Just so you know, on the intake side, it's 10 millimeters, okay? So it's gonna go from the 1 up to 10, up to 1. That 1 is my closing side though. So whatever degree that I got going on my degree wheel to for my physical pointer, I gotta put that down on a piece of paper, and that number is ABDC. I'm gonna put them together. I'm gonna divide that by 2. That will give me my center line, my current center line. Now, remember, I did talk about center lines before. The intake side is 110. So after I got my 2 measurements, I'll see if my center line is good. If not, look, I will have to do some adjustments on my camshaft gear. Okay? I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Little some. Yo, that glove, I'll tell you, that glove is game over, but just a little some, right? You see over there? Okay, wait, hold on, let me put up some light. Yeah, alright, good. So, you see over there, right? Difficult to see, but look, there's a shiny part, right? You see that? Yeah, you see it. You see that shiny part? It's the piston though. So that means that my piston is indeed, at TDC. And also, just a little something that I ended up, seeing is that, you see that lower timing cover plate? That one? Look, it has a timing mark on it. I didn't even know. Yo, when they built that engine, when they made the engine, when they designed it, they ended up putting a timing mark over there. That's nice. I didn't know until now. So I am somewhere where you can, easily see the dial indicator. Hold on now. Let me zoom in. Yeah. Bang. Hold on. Alright. Look. Hold on now. I almost got it. Okay, I got it. Alright. Soon enough, the valve will open, and I'll tell you what's going on with my degree wheel, okay? Yeah, it's currently opening, okay? Be at 1 millimeter. Okay, it's at 1, give or take, okay? And my degree wheel is talking about some, hold on, if I look at it from that side, since it's at 285. Yeah, it's at 285. it is now on that piece of paper, okay? So let me continue, clockwise of course, to reach my closing side, okay? And we might see my maximum lift, which is, it should be like 10 millimeter. Yeah, I said that, right? Should be 10. Alright, 10. Then it's gonna go back down soon enough. Yeah, it's going down. Okay. Alright. Soon enough, I will be at 1. Alright, soon. Alright, I'm at 1, give or take. Let me know what degree I got going on. Hold on. Let me see what I got. What's going on my degree wheel? And it's talking about some 50. How did I get here, bro? How did I get here? Yo, stuff don't make any sense, bro. They don't. How did I get here? I look, okay? I have my measurements put down, but they don't make any logical sense. Okay, I made some calculations and yo, they ain't it, but look. So, yeah, as you can see, I've done a lot of, calculations and whatnot, and I think they're good though. So now look, yeah, let's talk about the first one that I got, okay? I'm talking about the numbers that I got, okay, out of, my degree wheel. Now, okay, it gave me 284.5, okay, and that's the first one. The second one gave me 50, right? And here is an issue. Looking at the first one, right? Look at my specification sheet, right? Starting from TDC, when it comes to, 1 millimeter about lift, it should be 7. Now look, there's a conversion to be made. Since my degree wheel going clockwise puts my number downwards. What I mean by that is that when I turn clockwise, it's gonna go from TDC or 0, okay, to 350, 340, 20, 10, TDC or 0, okay? Now, this is something that has to be known in order to have a proper conversion. But before talking about the conversion, look at that, 50, right? It's the second number. Look over there, 47. So somehow this one is close, but somehow this one isn't. Because if this one was close to, that number, over there should be 353 though. Yeah, that should be the number for my first one. But somehow it's not it though, and I don't understand that. I don't, because how come the first one is not okay, but the second one is okay-ish, okay? You know what I mean by okay-ish, okay? I got 50 over there, but this one is like 47, so it's like, it's close enough, right? I am confused though on the first one. I don't understand though. And now, okay, looking at the conversion area though, I did that since, that situation. So I did my number, well, yeah, I did 350 minus my number, which equals that, okay? It doesn't make it right, but bro, it's the conversion that needs to be made. That number should be 7, technically speaking. It should be 7, or around 7. I would have taken 10. I don't know, but it's something. But it gives me 75.5? Like, bro, like how? I don't know. I don't understand. And look, I got my IVC, okay? And I got my second one over there, right? Which is, I took my number, well, 180 plus 50 equals that, okay? Since I made a conversion on the first one, I need to make a conversion on the second one since it is on the same cycle. So I have also done the same thing for my the other number. So 180 plus my number equals 230. Yeah, so for my center line, right, at least for the intake, here's the formula. First number plus the second one divided by 2, okay? And this is what I've done over there, and it gives me that. I round that up to that, okay, but I can keep that. But here's the thing, okay? Look the arrow. the center line should be 110. Look, right here, center line, 110. So there is an issue. Clearly there is, because it's not supposed to be that though. It's not supposed to be that. And then, okay, just to make sure of something, I have oh yeah, by the way, yeah, it would be like minus 43 advanced. Like how, bro? Like how? It's confusing, but like how? Anyway, look, I've done the duration, okay, which is the first one, the first number, okay, minus the second one. It gives me that, minus that, it gives me that, and that, and it, because look, the duration at 1 millimeter of valve lift, look, it should be at, where is it? It should be at 234. So, this is confusing, and it is, yeah, physically impossible. So, although those are numbers and formulas, okay, they could be wrong, yes. How did my, A, or should I say my IVO, ended up being way off, but my B, or should I say my IVC, ended up being almost spot on? Because physically speaking, there is no issue with my timing components. What I mean is that, because if there's no issue with my engine as an overall, I'm talking about like the rotation of it, how did my first measurement 284.5? How? Because if it's truly that low, I wouldn't be able to turn my engine. So I'm confused though. I'm trying to think about it. I'm like, because physically speaking, or mechanically speaking, it's functioning. But measurement speaking, it's not functioning. So that actually, this is actually getting me confused. So I'm like, okay, how then? How? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm gonna give y'all a better sight at my lobes, okay? When they turn, and maybe that's that though. Maybe somehow, I don't know. I don't even know how it's possible, but maybe the opening side of my, overall situation is delayed, but my closing side is spot on. How though? How? I'm currently at my TDC though. What I mean by that is that my piston is all the way up, so it is in the compression area, and my bucket are not pressed in, therefore my valves are not pressed in, therefore it is in the compression, like area of my stroke. So okay, what I will do, okay, I'm gonna move my dial indicator at the exhaust side. That way I would know if something is actually wrong, like for real, because I don't know, it's kind of gray though, because it's a bad sign that the IVO is not right, but it's a good sign that the IVC is okay. See what I mean? Like, it's confusing. It's like, how did the first one bad, but the first one is okay? This is what's going on my intake side though. So I'm gonna check my exhaust side. If it's giving me like similar stuff, then I guess something is wrong during the install of my camshafts, but like how though? I don't know, bro. All of this is confusing though. It's confusing. Oh, and I did switch my gloves though. There's a hole already, but not too bad. This one, I don't know what happened to the thumb, but nah, bro. Look. can get it like on the you know, correct position like first try. Cause yeah, no, it ain't it, bro. This one is yeah, placing that, bro. That dial indicator, I'm telling you, bro. Top of the bucket ain't the easiest job though. It's not. I gotta rotate that to make it face that way. Actually, I gotta switch that sign. Yeah. Alright, hold on. Alright, let me rotate that. That should be good. Alright, so. I'm telling you, bro, a dial indicator over there, bro. It ain't the easiest thing to do. Trials and errors, bro. I'm telling you. Or it looks like I got it spot on. Hold on. Hold on. No, I clearly don't, but it's a working process. All right, that's the baseline. Hold on, bro. I'm gonna fix that. Hold on. I found the proper area for, you know, ended up switching the bracket upside down, but you see over there, right? All right, good. Look, next to the lobe and next to the cap. So right there. Yeah, I guess it's I gotta be the best position that I can get it at though. Yeah, gotta be the best. Come on. All right, good. Then I am at TDC, okay, and I will rotate until I get my, you know, 1 millimeter of a lift. Okay, soon enough it should start though. Soon enough. Soon enough. Yeah, I'm looking at the lobe. The lobe is starting to go down. Hold on now. Yeah, all right. Then let me continue. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go slowly on this one. But yeah, I'm near that 1 millimeter soon enough. Soon. Alright. Just a bit more. Alright, and that. Spot on, okay. 1 millimeter, and my degree wheel is at, it's at 245. Alright, let me put that down. 245. Okay, so I got that down, and let's continue. Let's go at the peak. And on the specification sheet, yeah, it should be at 9. I'm looking at it, yeah, 995. Okay, 995 should be the peak of my exhaust cam. I'm at 5. Okay, soon enough at 995. Hold on. Okay, I guess 76, but it's not 95 honestly. Okay, so it's going down. Therefore, you know, closing, talking about the valve, and I will stop at 1 millimeter, of course. And we're gonna see what's gonna be the the number. Okay, we passed 5. Soon enough at 1. Hold on now. Soon. Alright. Hold on. Okay. Alright. I'm at 1. Okay. And my degree wheel is talking about 15. Yeah, it's at 15. Okay. Move that down. Alright, look, okay. Look at my paper, right? There is a good thing. Okay, I can't say otherwise. Okay, there is a good thing that I like seeing. Okay, I'll speak about my numbers. There's a lot of info on this one. Look, okay, guys. Okay, it's probably overkill, but bro, that's what I got. Okay, so I'm gonna start. So yeah. Looking at that, it's probably overkill. I ended up pulling up the calculator because yeah, there was no way. But look, okay. So the first one, you know, A, 24.5, B, 15. Then the conversion on the first one, so 360 minus 24.5 equals 75.5. The other one I didn't, so I keep it at 50. Now, yeah, different formula. Okay, delta X, depending on what valve, okay, I made it general, but delta X valve open, okay, which is X the valve, okay, valve open measured minus X valve open specification, okay. So at the end of the day, it's delta equals valve open, okay, so 75.5 minus 7, okay, and it gave me 68.5, okay, and that is heavily shifted, and it's a actual deviation. I mean, it's pretty much the same wording, but you know, just so you understand better. So now I ended up doing a similar formula, okay. Delta X VC, which is you know, valve closed, okay, and it is X valve measured minus X valve specification. So it's the same procedure, yeah, it's the same formula, okay? Similar, just the one is the valve opening and the other one is the valve closing. Now look, okay, 50 minus 47 equals 3 degrees. This is good. This is actually good though, you know, it's nearly correct, yeah, but it's also a deviation, but it's a good baseline. Where is it at? Yeah, you know how over there is a shift, a heavily shift happening, or heavily deviation of 68.5. Hold on now, 68.5, and that is starting from the TDC. 60. There's no way, bro. Nah, there's no, I refuse, there's no way. I think I know what's going on. I think I figured. There's no way, bro. I think I got it figured. I think I figured out what's actually happening. There's no way this is it? I don't know how did that happen, but I got a feeling like I moved my physical pointer even though I didn't need to move it. Strange, but I think this is what's up. I think this is what happened. I think that's that. I think I found the issue. You know what? Just to make sure, right? So you know what? I'm gonna move my physical pointer. But the thing is, like, okay, earlier, yeah, I did move my physical pointer to have it zeroed out though. But I guess I didn't need to have it zeroed out when it was strange though. But I feel like I'm gonna stop there, honestly though, cause like, bro, can't be doing angles like all day, bro. You know, can't be doing that. So yeah, I guess I know what's going on. Okay, I can change that later on. I'm talking about like figuring the camshafts, the cam gears, whatnot. Yeah, I will do it later on though. But right now it's like, bro, it comes to a point, bro. Honestly, it comes to a point. It's like, bro, you know, I gotta move on though. I gotta move on. I don't want to overlook that too much though. But it's like, it's not like I didn't get any type of measurements in. You know, at least I got that in, at least. So yeah, I'm gonna stop right there though, and if I find another solution or the reason why it's so there's a phase shift, so I will let y'all know though later on though. But for now, bro, I don't know. It's strange though, and I do not understand why. I don't. So yeah, on this note, bro, I drive safe.